What can you see, Willa? Talking about the hot topics, my girl. What can you see, Willa? Talking about the hot topics. You wanna know what's going on? Yeah, we talk about it. All in the streets, yeah, we talk about it. What's going on in the church? Yeah, we talk about it. How to make money? Yeah, we talk about it. Facebook, yeah. IG, Twitter, it's really there. You can catch CEOs. What can you see, Willa? Talking about the hot topics, my girl. What can you see, Willa? Talking about the hot topics.
Good evening. Let me just check my sound and make sure that it's okay, because I'm jumping from one show to the next. Good evening. So listen, I'm here with the boss herself, and I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that because I call her on Thursday and be like, Sherina, I need a necklace. I need a brooch. I need some earrings. And she be like, Ken, meet me at 7. I'm not just saying that because she accommodates me with all my craziness. Because when I get ready to hit the road, I always take her with me. Anytime you guys see me dressed up or doing anything, it is she by design. So let me just say that I'm not saying that she's a boss because of that. She is a boss. She has so many things that she's doing and have going on. And I sit back and I watch for a long time, and I be like, man, she a boss. She's a funeral consultant. She just hosted a whole ice cream party. She just hosted a whole ice cream party for the church. I was like, come on, ice cream party. One of the local ice cream parlors here, I'll have her talk a little bit more about that. She just hosted it right at the church. So again, let me just, without further ado, because it's late and I know it's 8 o'clock. So without further ado, well, first let me do this. I'm so sorry. I'm so ready to talk to her. Let me just send a shout out to my proud sponsors, which y'all already know. It is Sylvia L. Gillian & Co. Realty, broker extraordinaire. If you're looking to join a great team, she's looking to add you to her agents, real estate team. You must be licensed and experienced. I don't think the experience part really matter because she's teaching you. But again, I want to send a shout out to Sylvia of Gillian & Co. She paid the cost to be the boss, and she does more than just taxes. So if y'all looking for someone to fix your taxes, fix your credit, then they're going to sell your house, it is Sylvia. And again, she pays the cost to be the boss over here to make sure all of this is running and always giving me salute. So without further ado, I'm going to bring my sister up so that she can tell you who she are, what she do, because she stays busy. She's not only a mom, she works. She's a business owner. She goes to church. She's a funeral attendant. She'd be like, I work. I'd be like, okay. She doing her thing. So again, without further ado, Miss Porter.
Hey.
So listen, I want to thank you so much. I know it's been a while. I've been begging you to come, and you're like, Kenya, I gotta do this, and you've been busy. So I want to thank you so much for taking your time out to come. And I know everybody's saying it's 8 o'clock. Yes, it's 8 o'clock because we had to accommodate the boss.
I apologize.
Listen, you don't have to apologize. One thing I always tell people is great when you have your own, you can make your own accommodations. You know, when you're working for people, they'll say, no, Kenya, we can't make adjustments, especially to a network. But God have blessed me to be able to go into my own studio to be able to make adjustments for people like yourself who have eyes in the fire everywhere. And I commend you on that. So listen, tell the people, now I told them a little bit, tell the people who you are and what you do.
Well, my name is Sherina Porter. I am definitely a serial entrepreneur. I am in Broward County. However, I do travel in the Tri-County areas. I have several different businesses that I do. I have almost mastered every one of them, but there's still opportunity to learn and to grow in each one of my businesses. And it is a daily education process with being a serial entrepreneur. My first passion is I started out maybe about 10 years ago as a notary. I have a company that is called Signature Legal Documents. And Signature Legal Documents is basically an umbrella, as I am a loan signing agent. When the real estate agents prepare to close for homes, refinancing. If you're pulling money out, whatever have you, you are not able to do that without me. So, as I said in a live that I did a few weeks ago, or was it last week? I can't even remember. My days are running into each other. My signature holds weight. There is a precedence that we have set with my signature, that we make sure that every document that is signed, every legal document that is signed, let's say that, is well prepared and will not cause any problems, and will allow you to meet your deadlines. Another one of my businesses is also uh Lord, I have so many, is She by Design Inspired Collection. That's the one that everybody really knows me as right now on my social media platforms. There are a few that are know me as a loan adjuster as well. But She by Design Inspired Collection, I am one of, if not the Broward premier inspired collections in Broward, in the Tri-County area. I have right now, I do have a membership, a special membership for my VIPs. I have a consistent membership fan base of about 25 people that pay a membership to be on the VIP list. And listen, the VIP list is where you want to be. However, if you do not want to commit to a monthly premium, you can also find me on social media. I am on Instagram, I am on Facebook, and it is She by Design Inspired Collection. If you have seen it, I can get it. And our quality is above none. Our replicas are very, very good quality, top notch quality, and we pretty much can get anything. We ask you to allow us at least 2 to 3 business weeks. We have service groups, choirs, pastors, anniversaries, even trinkets for birthday parties. We can assist you. We've done wedding parties. I've had 3 wedding parties so far this year that we've accommodated. So allow me to be your premier inspired collection person. Um, we are able to we are able to definitely take care of anything for you. Now, in addition to that, another business that I also do is I am a funeral plan consultant for Assure for Life. With Assure for Life, you are able to I help you get a funeral plan. For those of you who are not uninsurable, I do sell a funeral plan. This funeral plan is the only plan in the United States and the islands that you do not have to have a prior physical. You can have cancer, but your cancer must be in remission at the time of getting that service. This is the only funeral plan that pays out on the 3rd day of having it, for suicide and for a tragic death. There is no policy whatsoever that pays out for suicide, and that is factual information. So those of you who would like to inquire, and if you feel like you don't want to get the funeral plan, you have a policy that have you, I can also assist you. I do work for one of Broward County's elite funeral home, Mr. Elijah Bell, none other than Elijah Bell's Funeral Services. And I don't want to meet you there, but if you happen to have a loved one that transitions, please allow none other than Elijah Bell Funeral Home to go ahead and accommodate you. Well, we will accommodate you like none other. So those are my business. Oh, one more. I do have a nonprofit. My nonprofit is called She by Design Inc. I have only had the nonprofit for about a year, and I hear Kenya was talking in reference to the ice cream party. Actually, I am a mother of 2. I am a proud member of Kingdom Builders Ministry, where none other than the overseer, Cheryl Powell, and co-executive pastors, Carol and oh
Sure.
Lord, I forgot her husband's name. Lord Jesus, forgive me.
Samuel.
Yes, Carol and Samuel Phillips. So I am a member there. And by what happened is I called one of my friends who has an elite Black owned ice cream parlor in Pompano, Dream Cream, and I asked her to accommodate us on a youth Sunday. And what we had is we just had a ice cream social. It was ice cream Sunday. That's exactly what it is. It was, and we decided to have the truck pull up to service the youth, and pretty much everybody that was at church. So that particular day, it was on us. It was on She by Design Inc. as well as Dream Cream, and we were able to accommodate over 80 people. So that is my nonprofit. We have also done a back to school drive where we were able to give out over 200 uniform shirts from Old Navy. We don't believe in giving you anything that we would not wear or purchase ourselves. So that's
That
basically my whole spiel.
I just told y'all that you when you see her, she seems so quiet. I work her nerves. When she see
Yes.
me, she just say, "Oh my God, Kenya," because she
Kenya
already
Rose.
know I'm just going. She be like, "Oh my God, Kenya." She know I'm gonna work her nerves, but she
Yes.
know I'm only joking and it's in love. But one
Mhm.
thing I can admire about her, and I've watched her. She's consistent in what she do. And and again, when you start reading all those companies, I was like, Lord, she sound like me. The
Yes.
consistency that you have. Now I know that, and I'm a notary alongside an agent, and I don't actually promote that, and that's
Right.
bad Kenya. But
Right.
here it is. Tell how is it that you stay so consistent with everything you do? Because what is your momentum? I know a lot of people say this what's my drive. What is your driving force that keeps you momentum to go each and every day?
So my driving force is first being I do not have I've started to tell this story, and I was a kind of leery of even telling this story for a while. But it is what it is. We are over by the things that we do and that we say. So my overcome the reason why I'm so
Serena, can you hear me?
are we back?
Yeah, we back. Go ahead.
Okay, great. So the reason why I stay so consistent is the consistency. Everything it gets very chaotic at times, and I want to be very clear with entrepreneurship. It is not easy. There are some times that I get really discouraged. I was just telling a good friend of mine this week with my own personal life. It gets to be a lot, and what we think as falling off. I have not posted as much in about a week because just I get so overwhelmed and I get tired. But the one thing that makes me get up and promote is that I ask God for these visions. I asked him for ways and witty ideas and to give me ways to be able to legally, because we can find other ways, but I wanted to be able to legally take care of my children. I am the mother of two boys. I don't have a plan B. I don't have a mother. I don't have a father. I don't have a father anymore, and I don't have a mother anymore. So I don't have those second options. I have friends that are very good friends to me. I have a great support system that if I needed to, I could go to. However, that's not my goal. So the reason why the entrepreneurship and the businesses came about is because I needed to be able to, outside of my job, I am a social worker by trade. And I work for a major insurance company and I love my job. So that's why, I stay on my job. However, it's still a ministry. So the consistency comes in wanting it. Sometimes we say we want things, but we don't want what it takes to be it. It takes 5 a.m. waking up. It takes early mornings and late nights. It takes consistency. I stay up for hours and hours at a time watching TV, looking on the internet. I want to find out what's the new things, what's trending, what's not trending. And I never detour from my beliefs. I don't take like I was explaining to Kenya, I don't take every podcast or interview that comes to me. I've just actually started taking them this year. People were trying to get me out there, but I was like, no, it was not my time. I do not move on anything unless I feel as though it's something from God that I need to do, or without um the approval of my pastor. Because I have someone that covers me. So in covering me, there may be things that I don't see that she sees. So I don't take every opportunity. and it's not being biased, or it just being this is my brand. When I walk out of the door, as Kenya said, I am me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And not only am I my brand, I also push. I have been not only a singer, but I have also been a active staff member for my best friend for over, I can't even tell you how long. It's been forever. So the key point about
Who's your
entrepreneur,
best friend?
none other than the white moment senior. So, in order to be an entrepreneur or a leader or a owner, you have to understand the part of serving. Many people don't understand the part of serving. So, in serving, you're not always recognized. You're not always seen. But I've always been okay. This right here, this new spotlight is something that I'm not comfortable with, regardless of how people feel. Like, it's not something that I have to do. I don't have to do this. This is one aspect that I could kind of leave out of my life. You get what I mean? Because I feel like it does put the spotlight not only on you, but there are some that will look for flaws. And let me say this: every there are flaws in anything. It's all about the perception and how you view it. You know what I mean? It's how you view the things. And just honestly, entrepreneurship is not easy. It's not easy, but if you believe in every single business that I own, I believe in it. I truly honestly believe in it. If it makes me, because let's be honest, some days you don't make money all days. I am now in the position where I make money every day, but I still remain consistent in making money or not making money. So
I have some friends, Serena, that we could be talking about, and this is crazy because this is how it goes. Um, I joke around a lot and I'm real
mhm,
petty, but when I'm talking to some people and it just goes straight to business, and I go straight to talking about business, they say, "Do you know anything else?"
right.
I don't know nothing else. I don't know anything else what to talk about as itself. And I'm being honest with you, industry or business, or trying to tell them how to excel in business, or tell them my flaws and my mistakes. Because I tell people, and when people say to me, "Well, let me make my own mistakes," that doesn't make sense to me. Why would you make mistakes that I can help you easily
Yeah.
avoid? If I had people like how I have built so many relationships now that I can go to people and get help. If I had that 10, 12 years ago, trust me, we'll be further along. And one thing I like about you and Lady Elaine, thank God for Lady Elaine for jumping on. Tammy Renee, who's a business owner as well. Deborah Hall, who's also a businesswoman. One thing I can say about them, that they're inbox away.
Yes.
And that's the thing, you need relationships. And I see that with you in your business, because you basically, I see you with a group of bosses, and I'll be like, come on, Serena, do your thing. And everyone that you hang with, everyone that you run with is a CEO, boss, realtor. They're able to help each other, and that is something that you need. You can't hang with an anchor, because if you hang with an anchor, they're gonna pull you down.
And let me tell you this, the one thing about me is I see myself as being a underdog. I hang with some phenomenal women. And when I say hang with, I mean the transparency of these women. And some still have not fully told their full story. But the women that I hang with, or the women that I call friends, I've been with them for a long time. And the one thing that I can say is I saw them get it from the mud. You understand? And so I appreciate everything, and the things that they tell me, I don't get offended. The things that they tell me, I be like, you think I should do it this way? Or the things that they tell me, like I had a friend say, hey, I think that you're lowballing yourself. You get what I'm saying? So I say, well, this is let me explain to you. I didn't get offended, but let me explain to you that why I do what I do. You understand what I'm saying? So then I had to, once I explained to her why I set pricing at certain points, but now it comes to the fruition where, as far as in me, I am one of the most consistent loan signing agents in Broward County, to where I start and I build relationships. I am a talker. I'm not only a talker, but I'm very transparent. So when I started off in the business, it starts off, and let me say this. I see someone on here that says they want to be a loan signing agent and they're a notary, and that's amazing. But let me say this. When I started off, they were only paying me $40 for a loan signing document. Those of you who are on here who are real estate agents, you understand how that goes. A loan signing document could be at least 15 to 16 stamps. It all depends on the larger the document, right? So had I listened to some people that say, "Oh, you shouldn't take the $40," I consistently took it because for me, I needed to get my feet wet so that I could understand the documents more, right? So it made sense for me because the first thing is I do it on my time, right? If I'm available. But as I started to talk to the title companies and I started to talk to the signing agents and the mortgage companies, what I learned is, hey, there's something else that you can do. So I said, what? So the lady called me one day just out of the blue because we had been interacting via text. And those of you who are loan signing agents, you'll know that you only speak to them via text. They'll text you and say, hey, can you take this document? It's 350 pages, da 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 da. It's in Broward County. This is and this is how much we'll pay. Will you accept? Right? Now you can negotiate your price. So the lady said, hey, well, you've been doing really good. She said, we're a title company in New York, because I had been talking to her. She said, are you familiar with pulling ownership deeds? And I said, no. I said, but I'm sure I can do it. That's exactly what I said. She said, well, all you have to do is go to the county, the records, and just tell me who was the original owner on the home. That's it. She said, of course. So when you bring it back, then what you'll do is you give me those documents, you get those certified. I'm going to pay you for mileage and however much you set in place in your copies, and we'll refund it. I started to make almost $200 every time. It took me about 30 minutes. I built a rapport with the young lady at the records department to where I didn't even have to do the search myself. She searched for me because she was looking for a part-time job. So we sometimes we get so high to where we don't want to take little things, and we feel it's a process. Everything is a process. I have friends that make $1 million sales, and I have friends that don't, but their consistency is the same. So eventually they will get to that same $1 million process. You get what I mean? But you have to understand that there's a process. There is no trick or trade behind entrepreneurship. There's no overnight. No one is going to give you all of their tricks and their trades of how they got where they are. I don't care how much you pay. What they're going to give you is insight. With the insight that they give you, it's up to you to determine how far you want to go, because you still have to do your due diligence and do your own searching for your information. You get what I'm saying? So it's crazy, and it seems really, really crazy, but it works. I'm telling you. And without prayer, because I get weary. I'm human. I get tired. I have my children. My children have activities. I have a 26-year-old that owns a studio in Orlando. That I'm mom's secretary. When nobody can book the stuff in the studio, mom, can you call this lady and send contracts and do this and that? I can't tell him no.
You can't. You mom. You can't.
So
You can't.
it's a process. And like I think Tammy Renee said, you have to eat and sleep your business. You have to eat, sleep, and there are some times when I can't go everywhere because I have to promote my business. I can't do everything. And thank God I've been placed with bosses. Mr. Bell, my job at my main job, that understand. I've taken months off at a time to build my brand, and he has not once said anything negative to me. He always calls and checks on me and see, hey, I see you doing this. Sis, you good? So you have to be able to get in circles. And I can honestly tell you that Elaine Nelson is one of the most, she doesn't know the half, but Elaine is one person that will text you a prayer and be like, "Hey sis, you dropped in my spirit. Let me know if you need it. Are you okay?" That like it's the little things. I'm not just her. There are many others, but that is one that because I'm looking at her comment that I'm noticing today. But you have to surround yourself with, and you have to eliminate your circle from doubters, people who don't believe that you can be in a better situation or don't believe that it is possible, because everything is possible. People that do not believe that it's possible, get away, run from them. Run, 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 run,
That is a
run,
word. That is a word.
run, because all things are possible. And if you believe it, I'm the type of friend is if my friends believe it and it's something that they've said that they believe, then I believe it too. I definitely believe, like even before Dwight was the infamous Dwight, I have always believed in him. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So that's what you're gonna do. You gonna do that? So all right, I'm down for it. Let's roll. You know what I mean? So you have to be able to understand, or um, you have to be able to map out. First of all, you have to write it out. You can't this little road of entrepreneurship in Kenya. You can say that the road of entrepreneurship, baby, it has twists and turns. It never makes sense, right? It never makes sense.
It's a hurtful thing.
Yeah. And
It's a hurtful thing.
there have been nights that I've literally cried, honestly. And I'm not a crier, but in the last few months, there has been times when I've literally just bawled. What there was nothing going on, but it's because I'm literally seeing the manifestation of all of the years that I've put in and the prayers that I've asked God for, to where it becomes like it's like I told Kenya, I've been getting so many podcast requests, so it's scary to me. I don't know how to take them. I've asked for this, and you have to be very careful what you ask for. I've asked for God to put me in places that people mention my name, not mentioning my name to me, but mentioning my name in general. Some people, like today, I got one, and I said, "Who, me? Did you text the right person?" So you have to believe that it's going to happen. You have to stay consistent in whatever process that you're in. You have to stay diligent. You have to stay prayerful. You have to get a covering. And
You have to get a cover. That's important.
you have to get a covering. And let me tell you something. And I really hate the posts that people write that say, oh, your friends are not going to be your supporters, and it's going to be your it's going to be people that don't even know you. I beg to differ on that. And the reason why I beg to differ on that is that I have friends who don't have money. And well, I'm not going to say don't have money. They have money, but they don't like what I sell. And it's okay with me. I have friends that may not purchase from me, and I'm okay with that. I'm not saying that they're not my friend, because a tag, a post, a share, a mentioning to me, someone calling me, that means a lot to me. Nothing that I have done in my business would be possible without people that I care about. My core people, my family, my friends, nothing whatsoever. Everything is possible, not only through God, but through my friends. So I don't like to discredit the people that I call friends, and even my associates. I have some people that I have never met that walk up to me and be like, "Hey, I bought this from you." I've never met because they're ordering, but I value them. I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't put the face with it. I can't put the face with it." But to say the least, like, keep going. Like, don't, Miss Tammy, don't stop. Listen, we don't even talk about haters. Hater is not in my vocabulary at all. It's something that it's a cliche that is used too often. It's used too often to where I don't acknowledge haters because I don't know none. I've asked God to remove them, so I don't see them. So I don't know who they are. So there's no reason for me to talk about someone that I don't know who they are.
And at Tammy's comment, she asked the question about she says that the second part of that, she says, how do you get through that? I'm gonna just give my part and then
Go
you can
ahead.
give your part.
Mhm.
The part is, let me tell you something. Anyone that knows me know that this week from Monday to today has been one of the most hellacious weeks.
Right.
Anybody, I don't even want to get emotional, but at the end of the day, I still had to go live on Tuesday. I still had to go live on last Tuesday. I still had to be at an event on Saturday. I still had to go to church on Sunday, and I still had to jump on live today. And I still have a live on Thursday. Even though I'm dealing with family problems, emergencies, and everything that's going on, Tammy, I still have to run my business. You know, a lot of people would say, well, maybe you should shut your business down to focus on this. No, let me explain something to you. I'm able to handle this because God gave me this. I pray for this plate to be full. I pray for the abundance of this. I worked so hard to get there that I know He won't put nothing on me that I can't bear.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, yes, you may feel guilty, Tammy, but I'm gonna tell you something. He gave you a gift and a talent, and what you have, Tammy, Renee, that gift of ministry you have, because that singing you be doing be awesome, and also the making of the shirts and everything. He'll make room that you'll be successful, and you ain't got to worry about bills and worry about everything you're going through. I truly believe that this is what I'm doing to provide exposure for companies, businesses,
Right.
churches, organization. It's making room for me to be able to provide exposure and at the same time take care of my family. Because I always say this, I work hard because yes, I have a husband. God has blessed me over the last 2 years to have a husband. But what happens if something happens and I need to take care of him? So I have to work hard to make sure that I'm able to do that. We don't know. We don't know. And I always say this. He says, well, you don't have to work. No, I need to keep working, honey. Because we never know what may happen. And if the tables are turned, can I honestly take care of you? So you still have to build yourself up. You still have to keep going. You still got to keep putting the money up under the mattress. Because you know, back in the day, our grandmas ain't use no banks. They put the
Right.
money in the mattress. You still got to save and look towards the future. Look for rainy days. It may go weeks before I make any money. Sponsorships come in, trickle in. You know, well, I ain't gonna say that they do come in. They pay me even when I'm not going live. But and again, you have to keep going. Now I'm going to say this: do people? I've sat in places and people have not even acknowledged me. I was in a place one day and they named every radio announcer, and I sat there and I didn't get mad and say, "Well, they didn't acknowledge me," because my work speaks for itself. I'm still going to come and mount this platform and still do the same thing. I'm not going to come home and cry and say, "Oh man, they didn't call me out." Girl, I don't care. I'm still going to mount this Tuesday, Thursday, or whatever day I feel like it, and still provide the same exposure. So you have to let your work speak for yourself. That's why I called Sherina, because I was like, that girl is out here working. Her pictures and photography. The girl got a big picture side of bed. I was like, oh my God, I want one of those.
Mhm.
My husband said, no, I'm not putting a big picture side of the bed of nothing. He said he
Well,
rolling over.
well, let me say this. God has not blessed me with a husband yet, but he is on the way. So
I
until
know he is, but
so until then, I will continue to work. But for Tammy, let me tell you about depriving your family. I don't deprive my family. I want to be clear because I can't deprive my family because it's just me and my children. So it's structured. Anyone that knows me know that I am very much, I don't detour from my structure. I did detour tonight because it's a Kenya, but everyone knows that on Tuesdays are my family nights for my children, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, unless I have church, I sway. But Tuesday night is when I dedicate that night to my child. However, I take segments in everything that I do. When I'm driving him to the bus stop, that's our time. We may stop and get something. So you have to put your time where you can, but your family, which means what I'm talking is that your household has to understand that you are building a brand, and at this time you may not be able to make it to everything, right? So in order for you to be able to accommodate later, you have to make some sacrifice now. So Tammy, whatever you're going through, and it's gonna let me tell you about entrepreneurship, friendship, businesses, being a parent. You have to set a strong structure. I call it my organized chaos. I cannot detour from my schedule. 5 a.m. getting up, checking my emails. 6 a.m. get on prayer call for church. 7 a.m. I had to stop. I don't talk to anybody on my phone before 8:30. I can't get my organization and everything that I have to go on with chaos starting so early. You get, and I'm not saying my friends cause me chaos, but I'm just saying I don't want too much chatting. And I'm in a season of my life where too much chatting is causing me, I'm already in a chaotic life in my head, right?
Distraction.
So I'm gonna
Distraction.
say this with me. I lost my mom a year ago this month. So with me, I am trying to deal with grief and process it. I'm trying to deal with businesses. I'm trying to make sure my children are all right for the fact of having the loss of their grandmother. I'm trying to make sure that my aunt, which is my mom's only sister, never feels that she's alone, right? And at the same time, I'm the friend that I carry the weight of my friends on me. So I don't know why God gave me that gift, but I literally carry the weight of my friends. And I just told one of my good friends the other day, and I dare not mention her name because I don't want everybody to bug her. So I told her the other day that I don't know how to release it. When my friends are going through something, I feel it. And it's evident that that's just a gift that God has gave me, but I don't, it bothers me so bad till my spirit won't settle. I won't sleep at night. So in saying that, Tammy, listen, if it's uncomfortable, it means you're on the right track. If you're comfortable, you're doing too little. You get what I mean? If you comfortable, it's too little, baby. Step up, come up a little higher. Because the higher you go, the higher you go, even in the airplane, the higher you go, it's harder for you to breathe. So it makes you grasp for air even more because you want it more. It makes you listen, being uncomfortable is the best place you want to be. So it means that you're right on target. If you're comfortable, you need to come up a little higher. Eagles are uncomfortable when they come too low. They can't fly too low. So if I'm in a setting where I feel like I'm leveled, I'm not okay with that setting. I want something that's pushing me. That's why I interject and I interact with people that are pushing, that are doing things, because I want to know, like, okay, so sis, I ain't that good at this, but how can I do this? I'm not asking them for a free service. Understand that. What I'm asking them is I can breathe here. So I want to go up to where I really have to need him. If you're comfortable, you don't need God, and nothing is going to work without God. So in everything, I know a lot of people say everything reverts back to Christianity and church for me, but I don't debate Christianity because I know who I serve. So it's no debate for me. You go ahead and serve who you want to serve, but as me and my house, because we understand and we know how it comes. It's just little old me over here with these 4 businesses and these 2 kids, but COVID didn't affect us.
So you finna make me run. I can't be. You finna make me run, girl.
It's just little, and people have stop. I'm gonna say it again. One of my good friends told me this: stop putting yourself lower than what you really are. Tammy, I don't personally know you, but I'm gonna tell you this: whoever you are somebody, and you are a gift from God. Keep going. The devil wants to distract you and make you give up. If it's that easy, then what? If it's haters or people talking, nobody is going to like everything that you do. It ain't one person that's going to like everything you do. I'm sorry. I'm here to tell you. Everybody is not going to like Sherina. There is a lot of people that dislike me, have never experienced me. And I'm okay with that. You know why? Because at the end of the day, I still am she by design every day I wake up. Every day I wake up, I still am the mother to my children. Every day I wake up, I instill the friends to my friends. Regardless of what they have done to me, the past hurt or whatever it is, I am still a friend because I'm only held accountable for me. The blood is on their hands. I can't correct anybody. So what I do is I do what God called me to do and what he asked me to do, and I build my brand every day. I don't sell dreams. I don't sell false pretenses. When people call me for funeral service, I tell you, everyone is one hospital visit away from being uninsurable. Know that, including me. I personally am not selling sodas or chicken sandwiches or t-shirts to bury you when there's a way to prevent it. Preparation, preparation deletes aggravation. You ain't got to worry about saying KK then passed on and we got to raise the money because they ain't got the policy. Prepare now because we all may die. I would love to get caught up. But the fact of the matter is I may not. And I don't want my children here begging or having to borrow for their mother that has worked and built a business. So I lay the foundation. And I get it. It's a lot. I was a caregiver for my mom for almost 15 years. My mom got a social security. I don't know why I'm telling this, but I'm going to tell this to somebody. My mom got a social security check that did not cover what it cost for her to stay in the nursing home. I'm the only girl. I had to make it happen. I wanted her to get ample and the right care. I couldn't say no. What I was going to say. But God made a way that every month that additional 500 was paid, was never late. Facts. So don't tell me what hard work won't do. I've done shipped. I've delivered. To this day, I still deliver groceries in the morning before I go to my 9 to 5. Me. And all of my businesses are doing well. Now, it depends on what day you look at it. You can look at it Monday at 9 o'clock and it says prosperous, but you can turn back at 12:30 and it says struggle when the bills come out. But then you can come back on Friday and it'll say it's a mighty God. He's a mighty God. So, because I see Kenya, the overseer said, talk about the bills that comes along with businesses. So let me tell y'all something. A lot of people say they business owners, right? So let me, because I just had a whole situation that at the accountant this week. Let me tell you something, baby. Making the money is one thing. But please understand, as a business owner, you have to pay your taxes. You have to cover your LLCs. You have to cover your DBAs. You have to cover and this is yearly, every license that I have. And I'm also a registered gun carrying security guard. Every license that I have has to be recertified every year. And they care not who I am or the God that I serve.
And we got to May 1st to pay $245 on 3 companies. Well, you got 4, but I got 3. $245 each. They don't talk about that, huh?
Those are the things you don't talk about. To be a legit business, you have to register in the county that you live in. Not only the state. We're not talking about LLC and some biz. We're talking about the county that your business is in. That's a whole nother tax. Let's talk about your reseller. You have to pay that quarterly. So the more sales that God blesses me with is the more I pay. So when I raise the price $2 or $3, understand that taxes have gone up. Shipping has gone up. I would love to stay below, and I try to stay as accommodating as I possibly can. But these are the things that we have to tell the truth about. It's not easy. And sometimes before I even got to the place where my businesses take care of themselves, I had to use my own money. I couldn't expect for anyone else to fund a vision that God gave me. And I get it. I never had fundraisers. Now, when I did my nonprofit, that's the whole point of the nonprofit. But thanks be unto God, because my nonprofit was new, only my friends and my family did my first drive for me. But let me say this, you can't expect for people to give when you're not a giver. I'm a giver by nature. Before I even became a business owner, I've sowed seeds into plenty of businesses, not looking for any recognition. Just I've met budgets, and I've also made sure if people were in need of meeting a goal at services, I've done that because I understand how it is when you're trying to meet a budget. Programs ain't easy to have. They cost money. And most of the time, you come out in the yellow. You may not be in the red, but you show in the yellow. People shout all day and they put $1 in the thing, but they'll
Come on.
go and they'll pay. And I you know, I go to concerts as well, but my concert tickets is usually between $100 to $200. I work hard. So when I go places and I do things that I do, and I don't often do things, but when I do things, I want to do things that I want to do. If I'm going to pay, I want to have a VIP status. When I go, because I work hard. So those are treats to myself. I don't treat myself often. Just know that, because it's not in the budget. Like right now, I'm in the process, or I am on a financial fast. There's no extracurricular activities for me right now for the next about 4 months. You have to know when to shut down. My friends know, listen, babe, for the next 4 months, I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all.
Can't do it.
But they understand. It's gonna be greater later. But right now, because we don't know how the economy is shifting, because the signs are there. I want to make sure that me and my family are prepared for any type of shift. So there are sometimes you have to pull away. So you have to know when to pull away. You have to know. And Tammy, I know that you're uncomfortable, and I'm sorry that you're uncomfortable, but this is a good place to be, baby. So
Yeah, I
I
gotta
applaud
connect
you.
you with Tammy Renee. Tammy Renee, you probably met her last. I'm not sure if you met her when I did the last award show in Delray. She's the short lady. She sings "God Is in the House" with the guitar. So if you don't know her, I'll share one of her
I got
videos.
to see a picture because y'all know we don't look like. Listen, y'all see me Monday through Friday. Don't judge me, okay?
Oh,
This,
listen,
this is just a live me.
listen. Don't. People always say your picture. I say, listen. That picture, that makeup was by that lady, and that photo was by that man. You're not getting that every day. I'm not doing that. I'm not putting. Girl, listen. I get up in the morning and rush through here to get over to these people's job. Yeah, I don't do that during the week. Do
Yeah.
somebody do that for me. But Tammy Renee, she started her business and she does cups and mugs and everything. And she has basically over the last couple months been able to supply South Florida with all their gifts. Radon Jenkins, she bought cups for all of her VIP.
Right.
Elaine Nelson, she bought cups for a event that she had. So Tammy has been able to do personalized cups. Matter of fact, I had one here. I just put it in the kitchen. She's made me cups. I've done videos with her that she's presenting me with cups, mugs. Tammy just keep giving me cups. I'm like, hey, Tammy, I got a lot. I can drink one every day. So again,
But
she's one of
listen,
my.
Tammy, and let me give you a plug, Tammy. What I want you to do is check out. A lot of people don't know. I sell my clothes and stuff. I did a little, transition with weight loss. So I found someone, instead of giving them away, I sell on Poshmark. Post your stuff on Poshmark. Go on Etsy. Go on, exhaust every rim and rhyme and reason that you possibly can. And I have sold 1,100 tumblers in 3 months. See, you tell me, so what's the problem? What's really the problem? Tammy, that is amazing. 1,100 is a lot. That is a lot. That is a lot. So I don't know what your goal is, but set a realistic goal and watch how God works it out. And then watch how God. I have a Etsy store. Okay, so tell me, what's the problem? So it's definitely you. What more can he do? You on Etsy, babe? You talking about 32? You told
She made
32.
30. That's an average somebody paid. That's somebody yearly salary.
Yeah.
That's about a yearly
Absolutely.
salary in 90 days.
So, Tammy, you are doing an amazing job. Don't get discouraged. The balance of life. If you want to do something that keeps and that's a good thing. Listen, you can be tired. I get tired a lot, but I work tired. I answer calls tired. I check emails tired. But you know what? It'll pay. What's the key? What the old people used to say? You'll understand it better by and by.
Bye bye. You understand
By
it?
and by.
Listen, Tammy,
It's really just a
you
simple lesson.
know,
And get
you
your
know.
kids. If you have children, have your family help you. Do a family fun day. Set up some food and put them to work. My son packages orders for me. He knows how to answer the phone and take the orders. And at the end of the day, you got this. You're 100% sure. There's a bunch of people. There are so many people on this live that I'm watching. Jackie from my church has an amazing Mackenzie has an amazing her nonprofit. I think it's a nonprofit. It might be a for-profit. Um, Flawless Printing. Michelle is on here. Michelle Cartwright, who supports any and everybody. Let me tell you something, baby. You can sell a thumbtack with a piece of bubble gum on it, and Michelle is gonna buy it from you. You hear me? Sis is gonna. She's a great. Michelle Cartwright is gonna buy it. If it's cute, put a little pearl on the thumbtack, and Auntie is going to support you.
And don't put no leopard on it. Don't put no leopard on it.
Ooh, she's
Please
gonna
do not
tear it
throw
up.
no leopard on there because Auntie Michelle is gonna buy. Michelle is
Yeah,
going to buy it, baby. So just
yeah.
a little.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
she
bought
she
one.
bought she
Okay.
she bought
Okay.
Tom the Stew for her, and yeah, so she bought Tom the Stew.
So
And
that's
again,
exactly what it is. It's all about
it,
networking, and it's not going to pan out always how we think it is. It's going to be people and places that you don't go. I don't want to. I know we are at. I don't know how long Kenya's podcast is, but I want to say
my
this.
podcast is how long we go on. That's
Oh,
why
okay.
I love the
So
fact. Let me just tell you this. What happens is, let me just tell everybody a little story why I got y'all here. I work for so many podcasts. I work for so many radio stations, and they fired me because I was off the cut. They did. They were like, King, you can't say that. King, you can't do that. King, you can't keep it real. King, you keeping it too real. King, you going over time. And guess what I did? I said, okay. The last time I got fired from someone's podcast and someone's radio station, a friend of mine told me, King, you can start your own. And I'm like, start my own. I always thought that it was just easy to go up under someone else. So I
Mhm.
didn't have to have all of this and do all of this and have the overhead of, because all this costs. You got to pay these people to stream live. You got to pay this, you got to do this. So I just was going out the easy way.
Mhm.
And I said, okay. And that's when my friend walked me through the process 5 years ago. 5 years ago, he walked me through the process. The last time I got fired from a radio station because I kept it too real, they were like, Ken, we can't pre-record your shows because you just say anything. And I'm like, it's in the realm of God. I'm not saying I'm not cussing. I'm just, having a good time. Yeah, I'll be a little petty, but the people love it because they kept coming back. They were like, well, we can't have it. So, we're going to strip your show. A friend of mine said, Kenya, start your own radio station. I was like, that's too hard. Walk me through the process. So it was February I got fired until July. I launched my own radio station 5 years ago, KRTG Radio, 5 years ago, and now it's mine. With this,
Congratulations.
streaming, thank you so much. With this streaming station, right? With this streaming station, before it was April, the year before the pandemic, people were laughing at me because StreamYard had just started, and I'm not sure how they got my information. They sent me an email about they're starting this new company called StreamYard. I was on another streaming service working with them, trying to work it out.
Mhm.
StreamYard said, hey, we're going to start this service. And I was like, I don't know. They said, we're going to give it to you for free. Oh, for free? That's for me. So then they gave me this free service for 6 months to come in and try it. But I was scared to go live. So one of my friends was having a birthday, right? And I said, let me do a birthday party with you. Her birthday is in July 17th. We went live and everybody laughed at me. Ha ha ha, you doing this and this is crazy. Why are you doing this? And I'm like, okay. Lo and behold, in February, they shut the world down the next year. They shut the whole world down. So now this was the way to do everything because we couldn't do one-on-ones. I couldn't do it in the van anymore. We couldn't come in person Everything went to this, to streaming. So just think, had I not went with the this system and doing this, my business would have been over because I purchased a van to do my shows. I
Right.
purchased a van.
I remember
Van
that.
was, van was,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden the world shut down. It's like, what do I do now? I got this $30,000 vehicle with all this equipment in it. I can't do lives. I can't make no money. What do I do? So I was able to come back here. So one thing that I have blessed about it, that I'm in my studio, my time. I ain't gotta be worried about nobody saying, wrap it up, wrap it. It's you know, and this is the thing. You have to step out on faith and say, I'm going to do it. You know,
Right.
it's not Sunday over here. Every day there's some months that I got to pay out my own money to pay the streaming and the services and everything. But then you have good ones. And one thing I love about this place over here, I haven't bought my own coffee in about 3 months. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because every time I stream, I always say, look, somebody buy me a cup of coffee. It's $2.34. And guess what? A bunch of y'all buy me a coffee. I have not bought my own coffee in, let me see, 4 months now.
Right.
4 months. I said, if you enjoyed the broadcast, just buy me a cup of coffee. 234. Flash my cash out, and they buy me a cup of coffee. I don't charge anyone for anything. And God has been so good to me that I personally have not bought coffee out of my own money in 4 to 5 months. Let's just go there. And that's a blessing. So guess what? That's one thing that I don't have to worry about to even do, because my viewers have done that for me. And again, tonight I just want to thank God because we got a bunch of CEOs on here. Sylvia Roll Woods. She writes screenplay. Deborah Hall. She does the same thing I do. And I don't take that lightly. Let me just say this
Right.
to you, Sherina. We do the same thing almost.
Right.
I know you're a notary. I'm a notary. I know you
Right.
do know we all, but I would never say I'm not going to have her on my show because we do the same thing.
Right.
That's something I don't do. I bring radio announcers on here
Right.
because I can't sign every loan. I can't notarize every document.
Mm.
I can't. I can't. I'm
Yeah.
not able to do it. I'm not able to do it.
There,
So guess
there
what?
is there is no possible way, and no one should. I really never hang around anyone that's a threat to me. I have been afforded, and I don't like to talk about the people call haters or what. I don't like to talk about my bad experiences with friends, but what I will say is no one should be threatened by anyone else's gift. I don't care if we both sell two ducks and we both are duck sellers. Then listen, there are some people that will buy the duck from me, and there are some people that will buy the duck from you, and there's some people that won't buy the duck, period. So we have to be, I've never met, there's no woman that I'm threatened by. There's no male I'm threatened by. There's no business. There's nothing that puts a fear in my heart in reference to anything that God has told me. I am not afraid to try anything. I am not afraid to say this is not for me. This ain't for me. Because everything ain't for me. That's what I mean about every opportunity is not for me. Every opportunity is not an opportunity that is different from me. Some people will never be able to experience me in the same way. There are, like I said, there are a lot of people that have asked me, and I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to put my brand on anything that speaks or talks inconducive to what I believe, because all I have is my name. I don't have anything else. And the thing what the people have to learn is that learn people for yourself. Stop getting secondhand information in reference to someone, because when it comes down to me, if you feel as though I've said something to you or I've treated you a certain kind of way, I am almost 10 to 10 that it was a response to something you did. So when you tell the story, or tell why, or oh no, I wouldn't do that. Tell them why. I've given information, I've done things for people, and it's neither here nor there. But in entrepreneurship, I have no friends. There is no discounts here. There is because my friends respect my price. They understand what I put in. I don't have friends or associates or anyone that ask me for a discount. They call me and they say, "Am I? How much is this?" And I give them a price. And I'm okay if it's not what you want to pay. I can usually refer you to someone else depending on what you're looking for. But the thing of the matter is, I don't have to get mad. I don't get mad. There are a lot of events that I just really can't do. It does not accommodate my busy schedule. I can't take my vendor events have, like Kenya said, my vendoring events has been so crazy to I can't, like, I'm having to, thanks be unto God, turn down requests. I am the sole owner of my businesses. And let me tell you about workers. The reason why I am the sole owner is because, listen, ain't nobody gonna work your business like you gonna work your business. And I dare not have someone. I think you're on mute, Kenya. I dare not have someone.
I'm screaming in the background, so I
Okay.
don't want to interrupt you.
I dare not.
I'm applauding you.
I dare not have someone work my business that will give or tarnish my brand. So I'm very careful of who I work. So that's why you may never see anyone but me or my children. And if you see someone else, trust and believe they are going to handle you just like me. So we have to be careful. I mean, I have friends that have businesses. I've helped them out. I've made deliveries. I've gave them some ideas. I've had friends that ran things past me and say, "Hey, well, I'm thinking about doing oils and I'm thinking about selling oils. What do you think?" And I have friends that sell oils. I have one friend, I ain't gonna say her name. She sells oil, but I feel as though she does not promote it enough. And her oils are magnificent. And I've
And I
told
keep telling her that.
times why it's here, why you have the platform, what are you waiting on? So every time that she speaks to me, I mention the oils.
I do
Fact.
too. I do too.
So you just have to listen. Every day ain't gonna be a good day. Everybody is not gonna encourage you. That's why you're gonna have to encourage yourself. You're gonna have to find you a scripture. Let me tell you what my scripture was for today. And it blessed me because the last 4 days have been hard for me personally, not business wise, but I've slacked in my entrepreneurship because of how I felt personally in my everyday life. And the one scripture that has been keeping me this week was, "Many are the affliction of the righteous, but the Lord delivers them out of them all." Psalms 34:19. That has been my scripture this week. Many are the afflictions. He'll attack your personal body to restrict you from your business. He'll attack your mind to restrict you from your business. He'll attack your children to restrict you from your business. So you have to guard what you hear, what you intake. That's why I say I don't talk. I don't do any talking on the phone before 8:30. I don't do it. When I wake up in the morning, I'm saturating my room with blessings because I need a clear and sound mind. When you wake up in chaos, pretty much almost your day is going to be chaos. So you have to get up and you have to command your day. When I pray, I call my business name out. You have to command your day. I command my day. I sit here and I have these bags on my thing and I have my cards, but I'm not in my room right now. So I'm not going to show you what I have. But I have my prayer cloth, I have my business cards, my bags, and I have all of my things right on my prayer cloth. And I speak life into every business. This phone gonna ring today, Lord. Here, I'm gonna be able to handle my regular job and my businesses with tact, with dignity, with respect. I'm going to follow through and call everybody back that called me. I'm going to be able to check every email today in a timely fashion. The blessings and the loan signings will chase me down today. Today will be an abundance. We won't live. I started to command, and trust me, I've had struggles. I'm a single parent. I had my first child when I was 20 years old, so I know struggle. I got it from the mud. Nobody gave me anything, so I understand that there were times where I had to walk to work. I called rides. I told this story on Jabrina's thing. Starting off, my entrepreneurship started because I could not afford childcare. And I was working for the health department at the time, 10 years vested in the health department. But I could not afford childcare. But God sent a lady at my church, at Gospel of Christ, that owned a daycare that allowed me to work in her daycare for the fee. I will work in her daycare on Saturday all day. That she covered my child's daycare. This is facts. This ain't no hearsay. This is what I'm telling you. So eventually, she helped me get on Family Central that gave me a subsidized childcare. So I've been getting in front of muscle and I've been working multiple jobs. So it's in my bloodline. It's in my stream. It's what I do. You get tired, you get weary, but you got to keep going. Let me tell you something. Some of us, our blessings are not being manifested because God can't trust us. We give up too easy. He can't trust us. We give up too easy. If he don't do it in 2 weeks, then he ain't gonna do it. And we done moved on to the next thing. You ain't even gave it enough time to see if it's gonna work. You want him to send you preservation and money to foster a business. Where your money at? What you gonna sacrifice? What you gonna put away? Like I said, I'm on a financial fast. What are you gonna put away? We want people to fund our business, to fund our ideas. What are you gonna fund? Nothing's free. This road of entrepreneurship, it has rocks, it has leaps, it has bounds, it has hills, it has ditches that sometimes you feel you cannot climb out of. And it comes along with ridicule. It comes along with people talking about, oh child, what's she doing now? Listen, don't put nothing little on no business every business I've touched has been a big business. And people have said, oh, what little thing she doing now? What she got going on now? I've heard that, and that's okay.
Big business energy.
Big business energy. Everything that I touch is big to me. My children are big. Anything my children touch are big. Nothing is microwavable. Trust me. You're not going to, if it's handed to you, you won't ever appreciate it. That's why we're dealing with youth and millennials right now that feel a spirit of, they feel like they deserve, or a sense of entitlement. That ain't never worked. You 16, 17, 18, and you hollering to your parents you want a BMW or a Lexus. My first car was a Crown Vic. Photo. White walls. Baby, I was so happy to get in that car. My son will tell you he didn't get a car until he got out of school. Graduated from college. And the car that we purchased him was $500. It was an old police car. His first car that he purchased, it was his. He went. I ain't co-sign. Because his mama ain't have it like that. So the man he is, and he's been in business, his business has been photographer about 3 years. He made about $100,000 last year. The year before last. I don't know how much he made this year because he ain't let me in his business. Off the muscle. So when I speak about my children, when I speak about my son, that's a big accomplishment for me. He made it. I had him at 20 years old. We struggled. Lights off. Catching rides. He'll tell you. When I took him to college, I only went to Florida State for 2 years, 2 times. When I dropped him off and when I went and picked him up, because I couldn't afford to keep going back. But I had family that was there that was checking on him for me. So I had to work another job to make sure that he was taken care of. So I did not have the luxury of traveling. We were not where we are now, where we can travel and get up and go. So he appreciates that. As a mother, it hurt me to my core not to be able, but it wasn't a night that went by that we don't talk. We still talk every day, all day now. So don't allow people to make you feel like you're not accomplished. Is that you not where you should be? You right where you should be. Whoever. You right where you supposed to be. Trust me, you'll understand it better by and by, and you will appreciate it. People that have never worked and have handed, and we all know people that get millions of dollars and come through this money, and baby, when they go broke, they lose their mind. I thank God for my broke days, because baby, it ain't nothing for me to go in there and fix a sandwich or
I did it today.
drink some water and lay down.
And go to sleep.
So
Full.
fasting is easy. Are we fasting today? Because ain't nothing in there. What we
I
doing?
would have made me a sandwich real quick today. Sandwich.
So it's the things, and that's why we have to teach our children that everything does not come. And I'm not saying no, buy your kids things, but what I'm saying is that it's okay for you to say no, because God tells us no. There's sometimes that he's not going to move on your business, on your life, on your family, on the things that you're paying for until he's ready to move, until you are prepared for him to make that move. We ask God for, oh God, send this $1 million and da-da. We ain't ready for it. We can't handle the $20,000, $30,000 we making now and be good stewards and sow and give him what is due to him. We have every excuse why we can't give him what is due to him. And some of us, I'll say that, some of us are self-sabotaging ourselves. We sow our own seeds of not, and that's why I told what's her name? Rachel? Tammy. Stop speaking that. Take that out your vocabulary. You ain't tired. Just a little weary. But don't be weary and well doing.
Come on, you better preach it.
It's gonna happen, and it's getting ready to happen. When you're closest, and I'm talking to myself, when you're closest to where you're supposed to be, it gets so, listen, the pressure, the situation I went through today was so overwhelming, and I'm not a crier, so I just had to wail. But once I got up, I felt 100% better, and it was back to programming. Yeah, it happens. It happens, but keep going. Entrepreneurship is not easy. Kenny will tell you being a Christian is not easy. I mean, last week was Holy Week. What you think Jesus think? And how they whipped him. And this little stuff we going through down here, baby. Because I know I wouldn't have been able to do that for nobody. I ain't met a friend yet.
That's
Listen. You have to be able, everybody who's on here, who's still on here, and I don't want to keep saying, but I'm telling you, you are good. Your business is going to be great. You are great. You're right on target to where you need to be. Keep going. Never give up. Don't get caught up in the social media illusion of prosperity. We all, as business owners, we all have our times and our periods of discouragement. We all have our times of feeling tired. We all have our times as that we just like, oh God, what else? Oh, this due April 1st. This, I thought I just paid that. The quarter up already. It's okay. They're not gonna say it, but I'm here to tell you, baby, we all do it. We all do it. Just keep going. Trust me. Payday is coming after a while.
and we see it in you. So listen, I know it's Tuesday night and it's family night. So I want you to get back to you. Listen, I need y'all to follow Sherina. I'm getting ready to aggravate Sherina because I got something going on Saturday. So I'm gonna call her
Uh,
tomorrow and say I need to meet you because I got something going on Saturday. So like Sherina. I don't even call her Sherina. I say
I have to
Sherina.
I have to cater to none other than Bishop Salivia Dilla because she's been texting me all day. So there is no family night tonight. And I have to make sure that the bishop is good. And I've been ignoring her. So I want
Don't
to
ignore the bishop. Don't ignore the good bishop now. Don't you do that.
so I have to
That's
make
my
sure
Bible
that
friend.
the bishop is good. But tonight I did get a pass for family night tonight because I do have some work to
Tell
do.
them
And
thank you. Tell them thank you. Tell your sons thank you. They listen. One thing I can say, she say, "Well, go to the house and and I'm worthy enough to go to the house." She like, "Go to the house. My son is there. I go to the house. He's on the porch." So I'm VIP. I may not pay the subscription, but I be VIP. I just roll up to the house. I'm like, "Sorry, I'm around the corner." And the thing is, as you know, I'm from Delray, but I'll be here for a lot of there. I said, "I'm coming out of Delray." She said, "Okay, I'll be there. I'll meet you." So I want to thank you for always accommodating me. When I call last minute, I don't know why I'm so last minute. I don't know why I do that, but I do it. But thank you so much for accommodating me. Listen, ladies, Lady Jaquette, I love you. That's my friend. Jaquette's my friend. She's out of Palm Beach. Ladies, listen, if you want to be
my church sister.
I saw her. I saw her get her little certificate, and I said, "Jaquette, look at you." I am so proud of her. I used to aggravate. No, she used to aggravate my life. Yeah, it was. I finally found somebody who aggravates me. So I know what y'all go through.
She's a sweet. I don't have those problems. I must say that every single person at my none other than the great Kingdom Builders Ministry is great to me. I have not had those experience. So can y'all know what you talk about? Because
you know how I aggravate you. That's how she aggravate me.
Okay. Well, then you definitely are aggravated.
Yeah. Because listen, but you know what? Here it is. I don't bother nobody who I don't think that
right.
Don't jive with me. And I'll be like, Sherina. You be like, oh Lord, can you? And it's just real and Will and having fun.
Yeah.
You're a mother, I'm a mother, we're entrepreneurs. So, sometimes you'll see me sit back and be like, you ain't gonna say nothing. I'll be like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna go over here and get on this, Facebook and post. So again, I want to thank you so much for giving up your time tonight, hanging out with me. And you sowed so many seeds. I'm like, how can I chop this up? Because I don't know where to start chopping it up with the seeds that you sold to business owners. This is just amazing. Now, if you're still on the live stream, do me a favor, share it, because we want to let other business owners know exactly the ins and the outs of this. This has really have been a CEO night. I'm so happy that you agreed to come to me.
Thank you.
And your pastor, I love your pastor. She know me. She know who I am.
Okay. Yeah, I don't play about my pastor though. Fact.
Listen, I love it. And I want to send a shout out to Nichelle, who hasn't called me back. I'm still waiting on her. She said she was out of town and she's come back Friday, and I'm still waiting. But that's okay. I love her. Maybe she's still out of town. I don't know. Just want to check.
So I want to say thank you to everybody. Please, please, please follow me on Facebook. Is She by Design. Instagram is She by Design as well. Also, my funeral plans consultant page is She is Assured for Life. Listen, listen. It is very, very, very important that you have insurance. We all know someone that does not have insurance. And if you know someone that does not have insurance, why not give a gift of assuring them for life? And that's it for me. I am none other than She by Design herself, Sherina Porter. I could not be anyone else but me. I want to thank you, Kenya Wheeler, for the opportunity and allowing to be on this great platform to speak to so many wonderful people. It has definitely blessed me, and I hope that it's been a blessing to you. I hope that something that I've said to any entrepreneur, any person on here, it kind of shifted your atmosphere for you to get up. I know you get tired, but you got this. You got this. You got this.
So listen, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Sherina, I need you to hold on for a minute. Don't click off yet. So listen, I just want to thank you so much. Love you so much. And we'll see you shortly. Good night. So listen, y'all know Tuesday nights, I don't end with church because I don't end with church. Tuesday night is more of my CEO. But tonight, since we got Sherina, and she's from where I always do my finale, we're going to end with this.
That's all you got to do. Rangers, you already know what time it is. Come on, Tiger. You're in a new place. It's a brand new year.